Дават ми знак от студиото, че вече сме на линия и че се чуваме. Уважаеми колеги, радвам се, че се събрахме в това традиционно време за нашите вебинари. Става традиция вече в Bar Masters. И днес и утре ще имаме два интересни дни, в които съвместно ще дебатираме интересни тематики, свързани с нашата барманска професия, с идеята Bar Masters и с предстоящия кръг, който се нарича Pop-Up Edition. Една кратка ретроспекция за нещата, които се случиха предишния месец, как всъщност Active Selling програмата стана наистина един best practice, както го наричаме тук вътрешно, или някакъв вид иновация в барманската дейност, бармани да излязат на пазара и да бъдат в качеството си на авторитетни консултанти, да продават активно, което в крайна сметка е добавена стойност към нашата работа и към крайните клиенти, които в крайна сметка ние искаме с които искаме да комуникираме. Много успешно. Повече от 25 от вас бяха супер активни, за което съм ви изключително благодарен. И съответно, разбира се, ранг листата, която точкува, която слага разделението между вас с определения брой точки. Това ще се случи и в етап 3, който е Pop-Up Bar Edition или така наречените изнесени барове. След малко ще разкажа повече за това, накратко, за да стане ясно около регламента какво предстои в юли и август месец. Но преди това, тук ми дават знак от студиото отново, че трябва да ви напомня и да ви повторя, че всъщност днес, за да може да разбирате нашият гост по-добре или да се възползвате от симултантния превод, долу в иконката, извинете колеги, иконката се нарича Introduction, Interpretation, благодаря. На тази иконка имате възможност да избирате симултантен превод, т.е. да изберете опцията или на български, или на английски. Но това след малко, когато Тим започне с неговата презентация. Накратко ще мина през заданието, накратко ще мина през Pop-Up Edition сесията, която стартира, която вече е стартирала, в която ще ви донесе внимание толкова точки, че всъщност, ако сте на едно по-долно ниво в класирането, ще имате възможността да се изстреляте напред, само ако завършите в целия си блясък с най-доброто си барманско представяне. Много е интересно, защото ще имате задачата да направите guest bartending в собствения си бар. Или ако нямате такъв, Coca-Cola Hellenic ще ви предостави възможността това нещо да го направите в друг избран съвместно и заедно такъв бар. В 3 категории ще трябва да създадете едно коктейлно меню за въпросната вечер. Тоест, вие ще трябва да направите събитие. Как се прави събитие? Много често съм бил с вас на моите guest bartenderски гостувания. В вашия бар, вие знаете, обявяваме го в социалните мрежи, където се прави съответната визия за Facebook и за Instagram, където се упоменава часът на събитието и съответната дата и тематиката на избрана от вас. След което ще направите меню с 3 рецепти в следните 3 категории. Рики, хайбол и сауър. С упоменатите в регламента водка Финландия, Джин Булдог или Глендалок, Джентълмен Джак, Ром Бругал, Naked Grouse и всъщност Швепс като бранд, т.е. цялото портфолио на Швепс. На база това трябва да направите 3 рецепти и да предлагате и да направите най-красивия си поп-ъп бар. Утре с Дарко и с Петра в техния петел ще зачекнем темата по-изкъсо, т.е. ще покажем как би изглеждал един готин поп-ъп бар според нас. Нещо изнесено, нещо извън вашия традиционен бар, вътре във вашата градина. Оставяме ви да се вихрим, което ще ви даде възможност всъщност да бъдете оценени чисто като ваш собствен креатив. Вие ще имате възможността да направите заведение в своето заведение. Дали ще бъде избрана музиката, дали ще имате собствени хостеси, дали ще направите една изнесена количка или пък маса отвън пред заведението, за да продавате on-the-go коктейли, за които ще си говорим малко по-късно в семинара. Това вече е въпрос на избор, а съдиите в последствие ще ви дадат оценка на база това. Периода всъщност, който е определен за целия Pop-Up Edition е от 1 юли споменах до 29 август, като са включени съответно градовете на участниците в момента. София, Пловдив, Велико Търново, Варна, Бургас, Сливен и ако има някой, който всъщност, да, и Русе, благодаря, които всъщност са други, остават там 2 дни в края на август месец. Като преди това трябва да подадете заявка за съответното записване. Може да видите детайлно датите, да ги обсъждаме на лично съобщение или пък в един друг разговор, така че да не отнемаме времето сега на Тим, който тепърва ще ни разкаже за своята успешна работа в смисъла на устойчиви практики в COVID ситуацията, както ще се представи след малко. Той е така създател на Healthy Hospo и свързана с... той ще ви каже повече. Така, що се отнася до оценяването на етап 3, тук вече има критерии, които са участие в днешната сесия. Не забравяйте, че всяко участие в Barmasters ви носи точки. Или днешната сесия ще ви донесе 10 точки. Утрешната още 10, става 20. Акумулирате постоянно. Оценка на представеното ви меню за вкус, баланс, визия, представяне на околното съдържание, креативност ще ви донесе определен брой точки, 50 на брой. След това, понеже ще представяме коктейли on the go, така наречените коктейли за delivery, тези коктейли всъщност, уважаеми, ще ви донесат за тяхната креативност, пакетаж и прочие, пък на свой ред 20 точки. Креативност на попа бара, което споменах преди малко. Колко впечатляващ, с една дума мога да го нарека, ще бъде той, ще ви донесе още 20 точки. И най-важното, вашия X-фактор, вашето представяне като барман, проактивността, хоспиталитето, което правим винаги зад бара, когато го представите най-добре и ще бъдете оценени с цели 70 точки. Тоест, тук много зависи от вас да се представите на съответната вечер по най-добрия начин, да си подготвите сами събитието. Изключително интересно, не е чисто нова практика, но слава Богу, сега и дойде времето именно в тази интересна ситуация, в която живеем и действителност. И активността на бармана в социалните мрежи пък не бива да бъде подминавана. Тук 30 на точки ще бъдат събрани около това да направите най-добрия си пост. Съответно, стори и снимки от събитието. Толкова по регламента. Ще го обясняваме в детайли. А сега давам думата и представям нашия гост, лектор Тим Етерингтън, който в момента е на среща. Тим?
Hello. Hi, everybody. It's lovely to be with you all again. Thank you for asking me to come and talk to you today and to attending this webinar. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Can you see that? Thumbs up if you can. Yes, no. Great. So thank you for taking time. I'm going to take you through one of our training programs at Healthy Hospo called Let's Talk About Sex. Baby, it's a play on an old Salt and Pepper song from the 1990s. But health and wellness is absolutely fundamental if you want to be successful as a bartender and to have a long, brilliant career within this incredible world of hospitality. You know, it's not just about making tasty cocktails or having the most expensive bar spoon. It's about you as a person giving the best customer experience that you can possibly give. An old mentor of mine, Gary Regan, always said to me that the job of a bartender is not to make drinks, but it's to make sure that everybody that comes into their bar leaves happier than when they arrive. So the job of a bartender is to make people happy. And you can only do that if you are healthy and happy yourself. So this talk is going to give you some tips and some tricks about how you can look after your own health so you can give that a great customer service to people who come into your bar. So the session contents. We're going to talk about me, We're going to talk about the state of our industry. We're going to talk about sleep. We're going to eat. We're going to talk about connection. And we're going to talk about exercise. So I was told I'm not allowed to swear, so I'm going to say, who the hell am I? So I worked in hospitality my whole life. Some of you I've met before, and I know. But I've been a bartender, and I've been a brand ambassador, and I've been a global brand ambassador. And I've been to Bulgaria several times. And the reason that I started Healthy Hospo was when I had one of the jobs of global brand ambassador for Bullet Whiskey, and I was traveling the world, teaching bartenders, how to drink whiskey, teaching everyone about the brand. I really struggled with my health, both my mental health and my physical health. Those days of traveling excessively, of drinking too much, of really bad sleep, poor nutrition, no exercise, of loneliness from being away from my close friends and family, which led me to an attempt to take my own life in November 2016. And coming through that experience and talking to people about my struggles with my mental health, and also with the way that the industry is and the way that we promote really bad health, and how it led me to my situation, I found that lots and lots and lots of people wrote to me to tell me their stories of struggle and problems. So that's the inspiration behind Healthy Hospo, was to try and change the conversation and teach people that looking after your health, looking after your wellness is not only great for you to make you feel better, but it's also a fundamental key in being a successful hospitality professional, which is what we all want to be. We launched in 2017. We are the first health and wellness training platform for the hospitality industry. And we work all over the world. We'll work with anyone that works in hospitality, no matter where they are. We just want to help. So so Healthy Hospo, our mission, or we exist to create a healthier, happier hospitality industry for everyone. The outcome of this session today is to help you to understand how to be healthier and happier, so you can kick ass in your job, so you can have the best program, you can do the best pop-up as part of this Bar Masters, and you can be the best bartender running the best bars possible, and give all of those guests that come into your bars an amazing experience. But we're going to start off with some information about our industry. It is not all good. I'm just going to warn you now, there are a lot of problems with our industry. So hospitality has the third highest rates of alcohol abuse of any industry in the world. Bartenders are 2.33 times more likely to die from alcohol-related disease than your average worker. We have the highest rates of drug abuse of any industry in the world. We are in the US, bartenders are the fourth unhappiest type of worker. Wait staff working in restaurants come in at number 2. So we are not happy in our jobs either. In the UK, 1/3 of people are suffering from mental health problems who work in the hospitality industry. And also, it is the lowest paid industry in the world. So these are some pretty sobering statistics about the health of our industry. But the good news is that we have the power to change these numbers. We don't have to accept them as the way they are. We have the power and the ability, all of us, to say no to all of those frankly shocking statistics, and to turn them around and say we can be better than that. We can build a better industry for all of us that is healthier, is happier, is more productive, is more profitable, and everyone is having a really good time. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So we're going to talk about sex. And what do I mean by sex? Sleep, eat, connect, and sweat. These are our 4 core pillars to good health. I'm not here to tell you that you need to do 12 hours of meditation every day, drink 14 kale smoothies, do 100 press-ups, and that's the key to good health. Yeah. What it's about is making improvements in how you sleep, what you eat, how you connect, and the exercise that you do. Yeah. And we made it into a little fun title for this presentation. So we're going to start with sleep. Sleep is my favorite subject to talk about. And it's also our superpower. It is a core, fundamental biological need that every animal, from you watching this webinar to this very cute koala, through to the tiniest mosquito and the biggest whale, all do. If food is the biological, eating is the biological process of giving our bodies energy, sleep is the biological process of recovery. Yeah, so it fixes, when we're asleep, we fix our bodies, we fix our minds, we allow our bodies to recover from all of the damage that we've done to them during the day. And so it's massively important. But why do we get such bad sleep? Partly our culture, partly our society, partly technology, and partly work. Right? So we've built a culture that demonizes sleep. Right? We have a culture where we say, you know, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, we have a culture of FOMO, fear of missing out, where we deprioritize sleep above or below everything else. You know, we hold up our heroes. So in society, we hold up heroes to aspire to. People like Elon Musk and The Rock, who work all hours that they possibly can, that maybe sleep 4 or 5 hours a night, and that, you know, we're told by society that sleeping is unproductive time. If you're not sleeping, you're not working, and if you're not working, you're not being productive, and if you're not being productive, you're not successful in life. So sleep has become this enemy of succeeding in life, when the truth is that sleep is fundamental to success in life. If you look at the longest lived people in the world, all get really good, consistent, high quality sleep because it allows their bodies and their minds to recover. Technology has also impacted our sleep. You know, we now take these things into bed with us. We have artificial lights. We have so much distractions. We spend so much of our time staring at screens that it is impacting the quality of our sleep. And then finally, work. We all know that work impacts our sleep because in hospitality, we work unusual hours. You know, we work at night when our bodies want to be asleep, and we're trying to sleep during the daylight when our bodies want to be awake. So working in hospitality will also impact our sleep. So those are some of the reasons why we may struggle to get great sleep. So how can you improve your sleep? Like this little doggy Yoda. You know, there's some simple steps for this to really, really help you to improve your sleep. We're going to talk about prioritizing. We're going to talk about the pre-game. We're going to talk about your bedroom, and we're going to talk about caffeine. Yeah? So just 4 simple things. I'm not expecting you to go home and do everything that I talk about today, but see if you can pick up 1 or 2 little tips from this presentation that you may go home and implement in your life, which can really help you improve your health. So the first one is prioritize. So it's about prioritizing sleep. And so the first rule of Sleep Club is that sleep is more important than Facebook. The second rule of Sleep Club is that sleep is more important than Netflix. Third rule of Sleep Club is that sleep is more important than WhatsApp. You get the gist, right? When it comes to sleep, it is more important than anything else you are doing. Yeah, so make sure that you prioritize sleep as a key part of your day. Just like you prioritize time to have breakfast, time to have lunch, time to have dinner, time to have coffee, time to see your friends. You need to prioritize at least 8 hours of your day for the act of sleeping. Yeah, absolutely core to good health. Pre-game. What do I mean by pre-game? Pre-game is the 90 minutes before you go to bed. Yeah, and what you do in those 90 minutes is really, really important to the quality of your sleep and how long it takes you to fall asleep. Yeah, so what you want to do is activities to wind down. Yeah, so you want to do things that require no brain power, that relax your mind. So doing your chores at home, so cleaning the flat, doing your laundry, reading a book, reading a fiction book is really good. Having a cup of caffeine-free tea, maybe taking a hot bath or a shower. Simple things that help you relax before going to bed, because sleep is an activity of the body and the mind. So if you are playing games, you are engaging in mental activities like doing some work or on your phone, this stimulates your brain, which is the opposite of what we're trying to do. Routine is key. So getting into a routine of doing the same thing every night before bed, which tells your brain that, oh, these are the things that I do before I go to sleep. So therefore, it must be time to go to sleep. So your brain gets into that activity of going to sleep. I am sure that most of you have experienced this at some point in your life. When you were young and a child, your parents most probably had a bedtime routine for you. It may have involved putting on your pajamas, brushing your teeth, reading you a bedtime story. Yeah? All of these things were a pre-game because your parents know the power of a pre-sleep routine to help you as a child fall asleep. And ace your pre-game. The better you do it, the better you will fall asleep and the better the quality of your sleep. Yeah, I can't tell you what the perfect pre-game is. It's something you have to do and figure out for yourself. So work it out for yourself. Find some things that you that help you to fall asleep quickly. For me, it's getting off the phone and the laptop. I like to read a fiction book in bed, so I'll turn the lights down dim and read a fiction book. And fiction is great because it creates a little barrier between the stress of life and your dream world. So it helps me forget about the stresses that might keep me awake, my brain kind of mulling over bad things. But find a pre-game that works for you. The bedroom. So you want to have the right mattress. I can't tell you what the right mattress is for you, but there is nothing you will own that you will spend more time with than your mattress. Hopefully you will spend more than 8 hours a day lying on it. So make sure you invest in one that is really, really comfortable for you. You want to make your bedroom like a cave. What do I mean by that? I mean that it should be cool, dark, and quiet. We have evolved to live outdoors. We've spent about 95% of our existence as a species living outside. And it's only in the last few hundred years that we've decided to live in concrete boxes indoors. So make your bedroom cool. So it should be colder than it is during the day in the rest of the house. It should be dark. So particularly if you're trying to sleep during the day, make sure you've got big heavy curtains and you block out any light coming into your bedroom. And then it should be quiet. Because at nighttime it's generally quieter than it is during the day. And our hearing still works when we sleep. So we will get woken up or distracted by any sounds that we hear. So try and make it as quiet as possible. And remember that your bedroom is for two things and two things only: sleeping and the swear word I'm not allowed to say, and having sex. Okay, those are the only two things you should be doing in your bedroom. You should not be working in your bedroom. You should not be watching TV in your bedroom. Only those two things are right for your bedroom. And try, if you possibly can, make it a phone-free zone. Yeah, so kick technology out of your bedroom. Yeah, if there's one thing that you take from this presentation that you implement back home, it's make your bedroom a phone-free zone. It will instantaneously, in a single night, improve the quality of your sleep, and it's completely free. And why wouldn't you just trial it, right? Go home and try for a week, not taking your phone into your bedroom, and I 100% guarantee it will improve your sleep. Let's talk about caffeine and coffee, because we work in hospitality and we love coffee. Caffeine is awesome. Yeah, I drink coffee. I love coffee. I have a ritual where I do it every day. It's an important part of my morning. But we must use it wisely. Yeah, caffeine has what we call a half-life, or an amount of time that it affects our body. Yeah, and that time is approximately somewhere between 5 to 8 hours, meaning that within 5 to 8 hours, half of the caffeine that we've consumed, whether it's a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a can of energy drink, is impacting our bodies. Yeah. So if we know that, we can then avoid having caffeine late at night, yeah, or just before we're about to go to bed. Yeah, if you keep your caffeine consumption to the early parts of your day, yeah, whichever your preference of having caffeine is, have it in the early part of the day, and then in the later part of the day, don't have any caffeine. It means that you'll fall asleep much faster and have much better quality sleep. So what we recommend is try and have an 8-hour break between your last caffeinated drink or food or beverage and going to sleep. And that will allow your body to process the amount of caffeine you've had. And this is particular for coffee. Don't have more than 2 coffees or 2 energy drinks per day, because you'll have too much caffeine in your system and it will impact your sleep. So caffeine's awesome and I love it, right? But just be smart in how you consume it. Now let's talk about food. This is always the most controversial subject to talk about, because when we talk about sleep, everyone understands it and not many people have an opinion on sleep. But when it comes to food, everybody seems to have an opinion. So we like to keep it really simple. I am not here to tell you what to eat. We do not mention the D word. So we do not talk about diets. What we talk about is a strategy for just eating well. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you don't eat this and do eat that. I'm not going to tell you how many carbs to eat and how much protein you should consume. I'm just here to give you some simple advice about how to improve your eating. And it's based on the work of a famous food writer called Michael Pollan. It's eat local food. So not too much, mostly plants. The end. That's as complicated as we get. Yeah. And if you follow this advice, it's a piece of advice that you can follow for the rest of your life, and will mean that your diet, your food that you consume is pretty good quality. Right? But we'll go into a little bit more detail so you have a bit of understanding. So we're going to talk about sugar, salt, and fat. 3 ingredients that on their own we don't consume in great quantities. Right? Nobody here will go home and drink a bottle of sugar syrup or eat a bag of sugar, nor they consume salt in vast amounts or drink a bottle of olive oil. We have them in small amounts, and it's generally on their own. Okay, but once you start to combine them, they become incredibly addictive. Such as example is this donut, which is essentially fat and sugar. Yeah. So Ice cream, again, fat and sugar. Peanut butter is fat and salt, right? So when we combine them together, they become extremely addictive, and we trick our brain into eating far more than we normally would. So this is a famous burger. I'm going to give you now the recipe for a very famous burger. I'm not going to name any names, so you can try and figure it out for yourself. But this is published on their website, all of the ingredients that go into making one of the most famous fast food burgers in the world. A burger that, if you ask someone what's in it, they will tell you it's made of bread, a meat patty, cheese, lettuce, and sauce. So these are the ingredients that are in the bread. That's just what's in the bread on its own. These are the ingredients that are in the cheese. These are the ingredients that are in the sauce. Then it has 100% inspected beef, but they don't mention all the growth hormones, antibiotics that are fed to the animals to keep them healthy. This is what's in the pickles that's in the burger. So even the pickles are not just pickles, they contain a whole bunch of ingredients. But don't worry, because it has real shredded onion and real lettuce. There's over 70 ingredients. I think it's 70 ingredients in this single burger. Yeah. And this is to show you just how processed our food has become. No longer is our food simple. It has now become highly processed because the people that make our food are food scientists and addiction experts, and they are using a huge number of ingredients to make it addictive and to look great, yeah, and look unnatural. So it's beautiful to look at, and we become addicted to eating it. But it's really, really, really bad for our health. And this is one of the major causes of the problem in food, is how highly processed everything has become. So we're going to talk about eating food, not macros. Yeah, our conversation around food has changed a lot recently. And now we've become very disconnected from food in the way we talk about it. So this is food, right? Meat, fish, vegetables, fruit, nuts and seeds, dairy. This is what defines our categories of food. This is what we should be talking about when we talk about food. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is increasingly what this is increasingly how we describe food now. Protein, carbs, and fats. So we increasingly are being told how much protein we should eat, you know, that carbs are bad, that fats are good, that, you know, if you eat fat, you get fat, you know, that you need to eat as much protein as a professional bodybuilder, that all carbs will make you fat. We've forgotten that food is made up of protein, carbs, and fats, but most foods will contain all three of those. What food actually is what we should be getting back to, is meat, fish, vegetables, fruit, nuts and seeds, and dairy. We need to reconnect with what real food is. And back in the 1950s, the vast majority of people in Europe grew their own food at home. Now that number has dropped to a vanishingly small number of less than 0.5% of the calories that we now consume is grown at home. And almost all of our food is highly processed and now described to us as protein, carbs, and fats. So let's forget those. Let's not worry about how much protein we're eating. Let's not worry about our carb content. Let's not worry about how much fats and stuff. Let's worry about eating whole foods. Yeah, so meat, fish, vegetables, nuts. That's what we should be focusing on. Yeah. How many vegetables are you eating per day? Are you getting enough fruit? Yeah. How much dairy are you consuming? You're having a little bit of fish and meat. The people who live the longest in the world are the Okinawans in Japan, the old people in Japan. And you ask them how much protein, carbs, and fats they eat, they'll have no idea. but they get 69% of their calories from sweet potatoes. Yeah, so they're eating a huge amount of fruits and vegetables and not giving a care in the world about how much protein, carbs, and fats they're eating. So let's forget those. Let's get back to eating real food. Eat local. So this little graph shows you the decline in the nutrients of food over time, and the 50 years from 1950 to 2000. You can see that everything went down because food is taking longer for us to get from the field to our mouths, and also it's being treated with far more artificial chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers. So the more local you can eat your food, the less time it's going to take to get from the field to your mouth. Therefore, it means it has more nutrients inside it. And also you're supporting the local economy. So try and eat good quality, seasonal, local food as much as possible. Eat plants because they're awesome. It's where we get almost all of our vitamins, our nutrients, our anti-inflammatories, our antioxidants, all of the building blocks of our bodies and of life are contained in vegetables. So you should make sure that the plants rather, vegetables and fruits and seeds and nuts, plants make up the majority of your calories when it comes to eating food. Yeah, you don't have to go vegan, but make sure that most of your calories come from whole, fresh plants. Yeah, and then have some meat on the side, have some fish on the side, but the most of your calories should come from these, and it will give you all of the great vitamins, nutrients that your body needs to really, really thrive. Let's talk about connection. Yeah. Connection is something that's not often talked about when it comes to health and wellness, but it's really important. And I think that the COVID pandemic has only brought it to life even more, as we've been told to isolate, to quarantine, to socially distance, to stay away from each other. And yet nature has taken a huge bet on our ability to connect properly. Yeah. So we've become addicted to screens, right? If you look at this picture, there's only one person in this entire picture who's not on their phone, and it's the woman in the bottom left. And the only reason she's not using her phone is because she's asleep. We are become 100% addicted to these things, and it means that we're not connected to each other. Yeah, we're connected to each other digitally and virtually, but we're not physically and emotionally connecting with each other in the right way, and it's having huge consequences on our mental health. So this graph, you can see, is a chart of an average person being very average back in 2007. So it's broken up into about 8 hours of sleep, work, 9 to 10 hours of work and commute, a little bit of survival time, about 3 hours, and that is kind of washing, doing your laundry, eating, the things that you need to do just to survive and get through the day. And then the red and the white bars are your free time, and you can do whatever you want. Right? The red bar indicates the amount of time spent staring at a screen, and the white bar indicates the amount of spare time doing other activities that's not staring at a screen. I forgot to mention, anyone know what happened in 2007? Probably, I can't wait for you, but 2007 saw the launch of the iPhone. Yeah, so the smartphone really came into existence in 2007. So by 2015, everything stays the same apart from the red and white bars, which you now see the red bar has increased dramatically. Yeah, as smartphone adoption has been taken up, so more and more people getting phones. They're becoming also more powerful, so they can do more stuff. Now you can watch TV on them, live stream, play games. You can do everything through your phone. We're spending more time on them. And then just 2 years later, by 2017, we are now spending 90% of our free time staring at a screen, which is frightening. It means that we've stopped doing any sort of activities that is not involving these. We just mindlessly stare at these now in our free time instead of doing some of the things that we used to love, like getting out into the countryside, going for a bike ride, doing rock climbing, doing jigsaw puzzles, whatever it is that you like to do. We've stopped doing a lot of that because we've become addicted to these. We've become disconnected from ourselves, and disconnected from nature, and disconnected from other people. So we'll talk about how to reconnect. So three pillars to this. So reconnect with self, which is about self-compassion to start with. This is something that's really hard. I struggle with this personally, and I think a lot of us would admit that we also struggle with it. What I mean by this is literally being nice to ourselves. And we often treat other people better than we treat ourselves. We will talk negatively about ourselves. We have an internal conversation with ourselves that quite often will be negative. And we're not nice to ourselves. So reconnecting with yourself and showing yourself a little bit of self-love, self-compassion, doing some things that bring you joy and bring you happiness, that make you feel good. Yeah, indulge in those things sometimes on occasion. Because if you are feeling compassionate and feeling happy and feeling healthy, you can then pass on that compassion and that happiness to other people and help them feel better. And remember, right at the beginning, we said the job of a bartender was to make people happy. Yeah. If you're already happy, you can then easily pass on a little piece of your happiness to someone else and really kind of make their day. Take control of your phone. Yeah. So stop spending all of your time on this. Put in place some strategies so you control your phone. Your phone doesn't control you. The easiest one I would say is turn off all of the notifications on your phone. Do it right now. Go into your phone, go into the settings, turn off all notifications, every single last one of them. And then go through your applications and only turn on the notifications that are absolutely vital to you. And that might be WhatsApp Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and maybe that's it. Maybe those are the only two you need. Maybe you don't even need those. Take control of your phone. If you have all your notifications on and it's constantly beeping and messaging and flashing, your phone is controlling you. It's telling you that it needs you to pay attention to it, rather than you paying attention to it on your terms. Yeah, so don't be a slave to your phone. Yeah, use your phone as a tool. Try and find some purpose in life. Purpose is a fundamental human need. We need to feel useful. We need to feel that we are contributing to something that is bigger than just our own survival. So finding some purpose in life, and it comes in all sorts of different ways. It could be joining a local club. It could be joining an organization that helps with environmental issues or helps with your local community. It could be writing a book. It could be contributing to a problem with the friends and family. Find some sort of purpose in life. Yeah, and it could be the smallest little thing, or it could be a bigger mission. But once you find that purpose, it will bring you motivation. It will bring you good mental health. It will bring you joy, and it will bring you real meaning for your life. Meditation is a really, really powerful tool to help. Now, I'm not expecting you to go and meditate for 14 hours every day, or even to kind of like take it seriously. I know a lot of people think that it's some sort of hippie rubbish, but it can be a really, really powerful tool to help you just calm the mind, reconnect with your brain and your thoughts, and just feel a lot better. I'll give you here's a little example of how you can meditate at work, and it will really, really help you in your service at work. So it's a really busy Saturday night. Yeah, the bar is packed, or the restaurant is packed. There's orders everywhere. You know, things are starting to go wrong. Maybe someone's dropped something in the ice well. You've run out of a product. Someone spilled something. Things are getting really stressful, right? And you can either just stand there and let the stress build and increase and get worse, and you know, and things are just building, and your stress levels are growing. Or what you could do is go, I'm going to take 1 minute, and all you need is 1 minute, no more. Get out of the bar, go and find a quiet area. It could be a storeroom, a walk-in fridge, maybe just outside. Just find somewhere away from that stressful environment, and just for 1 minute, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Yeah, just breathe in, hold it for a little bit, breathe out, hold it for a little bit, breathe in, hold it for a little bit, breathe out, hold it for a little bit. Do that for 1 minute. Open your eyes, go back to the bar, and you will feel 1,000,000 times more in control of the situation. You will come back to that situation with a clear mind, able to formulate a plan in your head to deal with everything that's going wrong, and you will have thrown all that stress out the window. And all it's taken is 1 minute meditation. It's extremely powerful. Connect with others. So this is all about connecting with people when you're spending time with them, right? You know, we are a very, very social species. Our health relies on spending time with other people. It is no coincidence that the worst punishment that we inflict on a human being in prison is solitary confinement. Yeah? Solitary confinement is the worst thing that we can think of doing to a human being. That is how important it is to our health to connect with other people. So be present in your conversations. Yeah, so when you are out with a group of friends or people, be present in the conversation, right? Don't be a passerby to the conversation. Don't be while other people are talking, like on your phone, yeah, looking at apps. Leave your phone in your bag, leave your phone in your pocket, engage in the conversation, listen to people, make eye contact, acknowledge what they're saying, be a responsive listener. Spend time with friends and family as much as possible. Yeah, they're super, super important to our health. And there's friends and family are what make life worth living. Yeah, they are what bring joy to our lives. So spend as much time with your friends and family as you possibly can. Get involved in the community. We work in an amazing community. You know, the drinks industry is a community. The bar industry is a community of people. Spend time connecting with those people within the industry, and in person, and not just kind of over messages through your phone. Go and see them. Go and spend time. And it doesn't mean go and sit at their bars and get drunk. Spend time outside of work connecting with other people within our community. Yeah. Go and do things that don't involve sitting at bars. Go out and go for a run with other bartenders and other friends in the industry. Go cycling, go rock climbing, go and have coffee, go and whatever you want to do. Just spend time with other people in the community and find your tribe. Yeah, the great thing about getting off your phone and connecting with stuff you like to do in your free time means that you can find other people who have shared interests to you. So it doesn't matter what you're into, however weird it is, there will be other people that are into the same weirdness as you. So as soon as you disconnect from your phone, you can go and find some other people and spend time with them and enjoy being with people that are interested in the same things that you are. And then finally, with connection, it's all about connecting with nature, yeah, and getting back into the countryside and embracing it as much as possible. Nature has magical healing powers. absolutely magical. All you need to do to feel the power of nature is go outside. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend any money. It doesn't require any thought, any effort. All you need to do is go into it, and it will naturally work its wonders to heal you. It can improve your blood pressure, and reduce your chances of getting cancer, can improve your mental health, can lower your stress. It can, it just works wonders, right? So reconnect with nature, get back out there and let it just heal you for free, completely naturally, and with no effort whatsoever. What's also amazing about it is it also enhances our creativity. You all work in a really creative industry. You're asked to be creative on this very program, through your pop-ups and your creations. And yet nature is the most powerful tool we have to enhance creativity. It's been shown in studies in Japan that spending just 5 hours a month in nature can increase your creativity by up to 50%. Yeah, so when you're thinking about your pop-ups, you're thinking about your cocktail creations, the most powerful thing you can do is to go outside, go and sit in the park, go to the forest, go to the beach, sit under a tree, sit in the garden. The most powerful thing you do, and it will automatically, naturally boost your creativity. It creates wonder. I mean, look at this image here. Doesn't it fill you with wonder and energy and joy for the beauty of life and the beauty of this planet that we spend such a tiny amount of time on? So go out and embrace the wonder and beauty of this incredible world we live, and hug trees because they're awesome and they need it. And then finally, sweat. I mean, you don't need me to sit here in my shed and tell you that exercise is good for your health. We all know that, but just a few tips. So best ways to engage in exercise is to find something you love. Right? We don't all love the same thing. I love cycling. This here's my bike helmet here and a bike here. I love cycling, and I quite like running, but I hate going to the gym. Right? But then there are other people that love going to the gym and hate cycling. There are people that love rock climbing. Maybe you love tennis. Maybe you love going for a hike or going for a long walk. Maybe you like swimming. There are all sorts of ways to get exercise into your life. We're lucky in hospitality that we're quite an active industry. We're not sitting down all day. So that's really good. But we can also bring in a little bit more exercise, because exercise is good for the mind as well as the body. So having a little bit of exercise in our lives is going to be great. And finding something that you love to do also brings all of that enjoyment to it as well. Do it with friends. Exercise is very much like having sex. It's a lot more fun with other people. So find something you love to do. You'll find some other people that love to do it as well. And then you bring in all of those other health benefits of connecting with other people whilst doing some exercise. So it's that kind of layering up of positive benefits. Little and often is much better than rarely and lots. So a little bit of exercise, going for maybe a half an hour walk every day is a great bit. But try and do a little bit of exercise as often as possible, and try and build it into your daily routine. Maybe walk a little bit further to work. Maybe you kind of get off the bus and stop earlier, or park your car a little bit further away from work and have a little walk to work. Always take the stairs. Don't take an escalator or a lift. Always take the stairs where possible. Always find little ways to bring activity into your daily routine. And set yourself challenges. Challenges are really powerful motivators to encourage us to exercise. So sign up to do a race. Sign up to do a challenge. Set yourself some sort of goal that will help motivate you towards forcing you to exercise. It works really, really powerfully for me. I know that when I set myself fitness challenges, I'm far more motivated to go out and exercise and to engage in it. And once I go out and do it, I actually really, really enjoy myself. And I'm like, yeah, this is definitely the right decision to be made. So yeah, super simple. So that is our 4-part simple strategy for improving your health based around sleep, eat, connect, and sweat. So the key to good health, as we say, is to have great sex as often as possible. That is the end of my presentation. But before we finish, we have a little offer for you. So everyone that is participating in the Bar Masters program, we are giving free access, 1 month free access to the Healthy Hospo app. We have built the first and only dedicated health and wellness training app for the hospitality industry. It contains currently 22 lessons from world-class health experts covering a variety of subjects from sleep to nutrition, to exercise, to connection, to mental health, to financial health, to business management, to creativity, to mindful drinking, all sorts of really interesting topics. And you can access it all for free. So if you go to this link, and I will put it in the chat as well. And if you register, and it will ask you for a voucher code. And if you use this, the Bar Masters, as your code, it will give you 1 month free access to the app. But I will put this in an email, and I think Petra will probably email it all out to you as well, so you can have it in your inboxes. But that's just part of our commitment from Healthy Hospo to help you along your journey to better health and wellness. And if you want to find out more information, feel free to email me at tim@healthyhospo.com. Check out our website, healthyhospo.com. You can find us all over socials and on LinkedIn as well. And that is all I have to say about that. So thank you very much, everyone. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. And I shall hand back over to Dimitar.
Super. Thank you very much, Tim. Amazing presentation. Amazing topic. Thank you very much.
A pleasure. There we are. I can see you now.
Уважаеми бармастери, аз ще си позволя тук дали ме чувате. Сега пък аз ще задам въпроса дали ме чувате отново. Само един клик нагоре. Да, супер, Пламен Христос ми пише. Всеки от вас се припознава в един известен смисъл, поне аз така го почувствах, това, което днес Тим ни разказа и ни представи, и изумително как все повече хора срещаме и все повече бармани срещаме, които са наистина отдадени на професията и не подминават именно тези, как да ги нарека, устойчиви практики, защото по този начин ние се чувстваме добре и се усмихваме и правим нещата по най-добрия начин. Толкова за днес. Всъщност продължаваме с една много интересна тема, която е стритендинга. Петра?
Аз зададох въпрос, много ми се иска да ми отговори ти на този въпрос.
Петра зададе въпрос, да. Петра зададе въпрос, така че чакаме отговор на въпроса. Да. Окей, да. В утрешния ден, заедно с Петра и с Дарко, в техния прекрасен бар Петел ще направим една изнесена сесия, изнесена навън, с идея за поп-ъп бар, като ще говорим за добри практики по време на COVID и устойчивостта по време на COVID. Както обичам да казвам, това не е най-приятната тема, но в крайна сметка трябва да се адаптираме към ситуацията и да бъдем иновативни, защото бизнеса, нашия начин на живот и професията, която сме си избрали, го изискват, и за да бъдем модерни, споделяме опит. Това, което ще направим утре с темата за street ending, за delivery, за коктейли on the go, за изнесени барове от баровете, всъщност са споделени практики от нашия опит български, който е синтезиран в рамките на година и половина, откакто имаме тази новост в живота си. Така че ви очакваме от 13 часа, от 13 до 15 часа да сме заедно отново на web. Съответно имате линковете, които са изписани в групата и които са ви пуснати в... Виждате, че изненадите валят постоянно в Bar Masters, в крайна сметка. Тук до мен са и Петра и Дарко, които също така супер искам да изкажа огромната си благодарност към тях. С невероятен ентусиазъм подкрепят Bar Masters 2021, защото само допълнителната работа, само допълнителното внедряване на енергия ще ни се отплати във времето и ни прави полезни. Това пък, за което говори Тим преди малко, защото трябва да имаш цел в живота, а не само едно съществуване. Така че очакваме ви утре с усмивки и с готини коктейли по различен начин и разказ за това как нещата се случват, и очакваме да споделите и вашия опит, който съм сигурен, че е не малък. Няма да ви изненадаме с нещо извънземно, но пък имаме какво да ви кажем. Чао на всички! Благодарим отново на Тим, беше наистина великолепен. Това е тема, която можем да слушаме всеки месец. Така рефрешващо мога да кажа. Затова благодаря и за подаръка към Bar Masters, което мен лично ме изненада. Това е страхотен жест. Така че всичко най-добро.
Thank you everyone. All the best with the Bar Masters program. Sounds really awesome. And please reach out if you need any help. I'm always here to help you all.
Thank you, team.
Okay, bye-bye everyone.
Bye, thank you.